KDON in Las Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
Good morning, Las Vegas. What's going on? Welcome to the Mark Hoke Show here on KDON 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas. It is the best in professional wrestling news and entertainment. A lot of fun stuff happening for me, at least for the show, and here at the station and in the world of that squared circle. It is a loaded show. We are hoping Phil Stamper will get in here. Apparently, he is trying to survive family harassment. I told him how to handle that. A couple decisive sentences, and hopefully he'll be here. Coach Rosie is out today. He has decided that he is making himself available in the 2027 WNBA draft. So he has gone into training today. I'm going to be representing him. So we'll miss Coach, but seriously, he's sick. We'll get him this week or next week. Man, we have so much going on. And also want to mention, we are live streaming. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you. You hop in on X at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook or YouTube, The Mark Hoke Show, and you can talk to me on the live stream. Come up with all your crazy ideas. Tell me I'm amazing, handsome, devilishly clever. Please, I could use it. But you can comment and join the conversation. We would be thrilled to have you. So get in there. Once again, at Mark Hoke Show on X and The Mark Hoke Show on YouTube and Facebook. Couple of bookkeeping announcements to take care of before we dive into all the news. Joining us in the studio, I'm not going to say what day he's coming down, but to promote the AEW Dynamite and Collision shows on Wednesday night at the Palms. 4:30 start time, so get your butts, or 5:30 start time, I think it is. So get your butts down there. I'll double check that time, sorry. Darby Allin is going to be in the house in the KDON studios. I have been begging my program director, Mark Bonilla, please find something that Darby can jump off of and onto that will, maybe annoy him a little bit, but, not cause too much pain. But yeah, Darby Allin's going to be in the house. And he is challenging Kevin Knight for the TNT Championship at All In. So that should be pretty cool. And then next week, I will also be interviewing the incredible Brian Myers from TNA. That's right. We're going to get him in, too. They're going to be hyping Lockdown up. So, and maybe more. Got all sorts of stuff happening with the show. But yeah, Darby Allin coming to the Odyssey building. Oh, man. Guys, what do? Because I feel like I'm almost obligated to take some sort of bump or hit from Darby, or maybe do something with him. I mean, dude, the guy jumped off Mount Everest. We got like a maybe story-and-a-half level building. I'm going to figure it out. I'll have to drop Darby a line. But that's going to be great. I've interviewed Darby before, and it's going to be fun to see him here live in the KDON studios. Oh, and real quick in the chat box, Island Pro Wrestling. Got to give a shout out to one of our newest fans, apparently. Good day, Mark. First time viewer from Canada here. I don't know that good day goes with Canada, but welcome. Very happy to have you. And tell all your friends and neighbors, even though I know they can be a little sparse in Canada. So, when we last left you on Sunday a week ago, we were getting ready for night 2 of SummerSlam. Many ups. Better than night 1. I'll get to the fiasco that took place. And I called it last week. Let's talk about what happened. So, a very happy part of and like the joy was overflowing when I saw this happen. Nick Aldis, after losing to Gunther, said he was going to resign as the general manager of SmackDown. Triple H wouldn't let him. So, lo and behold, the former NWA World Champion is out there to kick things off with the Sami Zayn Finn Balor number 1 contender match for the undisputed WWE Championship, currently held by the punkity punkster CM Punk. And I'm like, and I said this, I'd like to see Finn win. Sammy's probably going to win. Oh, no, Nick Aldis says, not so fast, my friend. Apparently, he and Gunther are pals now because he put Gunther in that match. And then just when he thought, we'll get Gunther and CM Punk. Oh, wait, there's more. My man, my favorite right now. The man that was out for 17 months with neck and spinal injuries has his music hit. You hear that guitar, and you know it's Fight Owens. Fight time. Kevin Owens comes out. You bet. And KO wins the match. And he and CM Punk, by the way, on the last couple of television broadcasts since then, they're getting a little nasty. Which I'm glad. KO, do me a favor, my friend. Do me a favor. Rip him to shreds. You know what he said about him this week? This is absolutely phenomenal. Essentially, he said, man, I'll tell you what. I don't want to be you. You know, I saw what you used to be and what you became, and dropped a profanity in there too. Get him, Kevin. Get him. Of course, these guys go a long way back, Ring of Honor days. But Kevin Owens, and I'm just going to say it right now, WWE, you put the belt on KO. Do it. They will be facing off on the August 21st edition of SmackDown. And that should be the day that CM Punk is ousted from his championship reign. Kevin Owens is a pro wrestling god. Please. Also, at SummerSlam, as we head down the card, well, that's all in. I don't want that. A rather shocking upset. And I said this was going to happen too. Because this was a booking that really put both Trick Williams and Baron Corbin in a really bad spot. If Baron loses, he just got here. You decide to feed him to the U.S. champ, and he loses, well, great. Let's have him be broke again. If Trick Williams loses and Baron Corbin wins the U.S. title, Trick Williams has a 3-week reign with a fuzzy belt that he now hands over to Corbin. I didn't like this booking. I just thought the combination was bad. I don't know why WWE has to keep getting somebody new in here and propelling them high up the card or beating somebody that you've been trying to build up for a long time. They did the same thing on Raw with Big Cass, beating up Javon Evans. Why would you feed Javon Evans, your young superstar is out there talking about being the youngest world champion, to Big Cass and get his butt kicked? Well, Trick Williams got his butt kicked too, as Baron Corbin walks out of U.S. Bank Stadium with that furry U.S. title. And he's keeping it. And beat him again this week. Do I have any problems with Baron Corbin being the U.S. champion? Absolutely not. Do I have a problem that was at Trick Williams' expense after all the work that they did to build him up? Yes. Why are we not thinking ahead? I don't know. Look, I don't have the pencil. Next match, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Lash Legend, and Tiffany Stratton. 5-way ladder match for what was the interim WWE Women's Championship. It is no longer so. That was announced when Chelsea Green was coming to the ring on SmackDown this week because Chelsea won. Great reward for Chelsea Green and all the work she did. Whether you like her personally or not, that's up to you. But you cannot deny that Chelsea has been asked to do some of the craziest stuff. She took unbelievable bumps in ladder matches. She got thrown in a stinky dumpster. Ugh. Bet Matt Cardona was scrubbing her off for a while. But Chelsea walks out with that title. Now we get the unfortunate news because, well, some bad things happened on the ring in SmackDown. That Chelsea took a hit to the face, and she has a broken orbital bone. She came all that way, finally made it to the top, and WWE finally also had the Huevos Rancheros to get rid of the interim title because Rhea Ripley started finally showing off her knee injury. And the reign's up in the air. I think they can mask her up and do it. I think they'll be okay. But we'll see. I mean, orbital bones, it depends. But Chelsea Green, at least for the moment, is your WWE Women's Champion. Congratulations. And then we got to this one. You've got to be kidding me. I had a problem with this match being set up. Danhausen, Dominic Mysterio, as the Judgment Day wanted their $100,000 back. And what was the obvious solution? Oh, a human monies on a pole match between the AAA Mega Champion, who had been so hot over the last year and a half, gets in the ring with Captain Cursor himself, Danhausen. I called what was actually going to happen in the match. Of course, Dominic's climbing the pole. And what happened? Pyro blows him off. Danhausen, my friend, we need new tricks, okay? We've done this a few times. But even worse, Danhausen wins the match. Look, I get that everybody is riding the Danhausen train right now. Oh, he's so popular. He's selling all this merch. But you can't just worry about Danhausen. You have, and Dominic said something about this, and he is just 100% right. Why am I being super booked in AAA as a wrestling god? And all of a sudden, WWE, I'm losing a human monies on a pole match at SummerSlam to a scrawny, cursy Danhausen. I like Danhausen. Don't get me wrong. They're overexposing him, but this should have never, ever been done to Dominic Mysterio. No way. Oh. So that one kind of nauseated me a little bit. And by the way, CageMatch.com has the ratings earned on that match, and they have said it was one of the worst matches in WWE history. Great. That's helpful to Dominic, too. The young guy. Look, I don't know what their final run for Danhausen is. Is he going to be the Intercontinental Champion? So he might win a belt. But Dominic is your future. Dominic is the guy that in a few years is going to be on top of the hill. At least he should be. One of the guys that in your main event, top tier pyramid. Don't do this to Dominic. So I know why he was upset. Sorry, Trips, you're wrong on this one, brother. Then we get to Chad Gable and Penta. Unbelievable match. Chad Gable finally wins a singles title in WWE. Thank God. About damn time. Of course, Gable coming off the El Grande Americano stuff. What was supposed to be a joke gimmick turned into something incredibly special. And now Chad Gable, with his family in the ring, ends the quest. Oh, no, but wait! Wait a minute! Oh, we're not done! Because all of a sudden, the Mug Root Beer dude, I believe it was, sorry, I didn't write it down, climbs up on the ring post while Chad is celebrating winning one of the most prestigious championships in professional wrestling. He's dancing around and got one leg up on top of the rope. Gives Gable a couple of root beers, which Gable, does tap, pours them. And I had, when I got home, I was doing some other stuff during the day, so I had a late start to watch SummerSlam. And when I put X on, that was the first thing I saw, and I just wanted to vomit. Oh, by the way, Island Pro Wrestling in the chat box. Yeah, I bought so many root beers after seeing that. I bet you did. They don't have beer in Canada, do they? No, I know they do. They got the Molson I like. But what an abomination. Isn't there any way you could have advertised the root beer? Give it to Chad's kids. Give it to Chad's kids. There, I just figured it out. Don't make Chad Gable look like a wimp. He's an Olympian and a hell of a wrestler and an amazing guy. So you ruined the celebration. Oh, God. So, like I said, I'm having some frustrations. Most of the matches were good. Thank God Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins know what the hell they're doing. Thank God. Because as this thing was starting to teeter a little bit, those guys get in there and they put on a 5-star. And it is officially a 5-star. I saw A pluses all over the place from everybody. But Roman and Seth got 5 stars. And this is unbelievable, by the way. That is the first SummerSlam main event to ever get a 5-star rating. That's stunning. It's Roman's second this year. So those guys buried the hatchet. They did the shield pound at the end. Are we done with them? Maybe. I want them to keep fighting. But those guys showed why they're two of the best on the planet to do this, and two of the best of all time. But Roman escapes, wins the match. He is still your WWE World Champion. We're getting LA Knight. Who else is coming his way? Not sure yet. But it'll be fun. But that wrapped up SummerSlam. And I'm going to get into the post-mortem on it on the other side of the break. As there's some things to talk about SummerSlam and some other stuff that happened in WWE. We are also going to be talking about just a boatload of announcements of new cards and events coming up, and a whole lot more. Stick around on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas, Odyssey app, and YouTube, Facebook. We'll be right back.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan, for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
If Twisted Tea was your best friend, they'd start a dance party in the supermarket that turns into a pool party at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea is smooth, refreshing, and always fun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins AeroBurst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of AeroBurst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and an 8% give of alcohol. Dial up the fun with Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
1015 FM KDON.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show. If you aren't in the live stream chat, watching the live stream, I, once again, failed to get a lot of sleep this week. If you know me personally, you know why. But I'm a little peppy again. I'm having fun. So get on in there. Once again, we're on KDON, 1015 FM, the talk of Las Vegas. You can download the Odyssey app, which is an amazing app. It's over 220 stations, plus all of our podcasts that we do and everything else. Got a rewind feature on there, so if you miss something, you can back it up. It's pretty cool. So go get the Odyssey app right now, and there'll be more sunshine because she's going to come back. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. So get the Odyssey app. We are also live streaming on X at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook and YouTube, The Mark Hoke Show. And give us our likes, subscribes, do all your little dances in there. In fact, you guys are in chat box right now. Give me likes, please. We'll certainly appreciate it. Before I get to everybody's comments in there about SummerSlam, there's a little post-mortem on this show. Boy, was that tough seeing all those tarps. And I don't know how to explain it other than, the booking's been a little Minnesota's getting pretty creepy. Maybe people didn't want to go to Minneapolis. I don't blame them. And it sucks because I went to North Dakota State. I used to go down to Minneapolis all the time. Baseball games, visit friends. And that city was pristine. In fact, one of my friends that I was going to visit said, just so you know, I'm in the rough part of town, so be careful. I got down there, and I'm like, this is the nice part of Philly. I'm good. Not so much anymore. Did that play a factor? I don't know. Did they ticked a lot of people off with all their ticket pricing and ads and all that stuff? Maybe. Here's your attendance figures, and I am shocked at this. Night 1, 36,000 in a 72,000 seat stadium. Night 2, 33,000. Grand total, 68,855 attendees, down from last year's 108,679. Whoa. They didn't announce the attendance, by the way. You know how WWE loves to announce the attendance. Not a chance. And part of the reason why is that at the moment, AEW All In coming up August 30th in Wembley Stadium currently stands at 44,090 tickets sold. So All In, actually, and I didn't even think about that. They have a chance to beat both nights of SummerSlam if they can really jam some ticket sales out over the next month. They can do it. They can get that. They can get that over what was it, 60? Yeah, 68,000. They can get it over it. And there may have been some fallout in the offices at Stanford, because there was a big firing out there too. The WWE Senior Vice President of Global Strategy and Creative Operations, Patrick Dooling, was fired. He was Triple H's number 2 guy outside of creative. And apparently this came from the top. Either Shapiro or Khan said, "You're out." Man, that's got to be frustrating. We've talked about some of the things that WWE is doing and forgetting about their customers. And I think between some interesting creative decisions, and it wasn't that this card was bad or anything like that both nights, but the heart isn't there right now. It just doesn't feel like it. So someone took the fall, and this time around, Patrick Dooley. So we do wish him all the best. But I don't know what SummerSlam's going to do. And now there were rumors going around they wanted to make the Royal Rumble 2 nights. I think that one's staying on hold, kids. No way. The irony is, though, that the Royal Rumble card is much better set up for a 2-day. You've got a men's Royal Rumble and a women's Royal Rumble. So your main events are set. But they shouldn't do that. No, bad idea. What does WWE need to do to turn this around? Maybe put things in the hands of guys like Solo Sikoa. Maybe give LA Knight a run here. Kevin Owens. I'm okay with that. I'm ready for a Kevin Owens World Championship run for like a century. That'd be great. But yeah, tough attendance numbers for SummerSlam. Let's see what everybody in our chat box had to say. Well, first I got to get this one. The Bionic Scoop, one of the greatest photographers in pro wrestling history, says Mark, and that means we all say Scoop. Thanks for joining in the fun again. We certainly do appreciate it. Let's start this. Island Pro Wrestling, our new Canadian friend. They need to rest Danhausen a few shows here and there. Really? That is correct, sir. I saw a ton of tweets saying he's getting overexposed. And I have said that months ago. They are just shoving Danhausen down our throats. Make it a little more of a special occasion for Danhausen to show up. And do something different. Pyro on a pole repeatedly ain't going to cut it. And you're going to lose this guy because the fans are going to get sick of it. So they better figure something out quick. By the way, Coach Rosie's in the chat box. Good morning from bed. Well, I signed your WNBA draft contract. Looking forward to seeing you in there, Coach. I think you're going to be a first-round pick. Who else we got in here? Sorry, sliding down here. And yeah, Island Pro Wrestling has another comment. I understand they'll make money in every different town. He's in, but they'll burn the character out, make it cheesy. Yep. It wasn't Danhausen cheesy already. He's not a criticism. He's always been cheesy. Let's see what we got. Javon Campbell. Oh, my good buddy Javon Campbell, 8357. Human monies for root beer. You are something, brother. I love you to death. Let's see. And Island Pro Wrestling also. Oh, God, this is terrible. Little Yachty will serve root beers at the Danhausen themed bar, only accepting human monies. Okay, you guys are just got Danhausen on the brain. Too much. Let's see what else we had. Just running down through all the chats. Oh, let's see. Justin Summers 2678. Hey, happy to have you join us, sir. I found that they wouldn't show the camera view of the whole place. No, they did not. They did not. Javon Campbell also said about the attendance, WWE needed a flash sale to get those seats filled. They did one. It worked. I don't know why I didn't do another. Like I said, Minneapolis is not the best site right now. Sorry, it's not. So, yeah, all these comments in the chat box. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, especially because I got a little bit of a sore throat and helps out. So, oh, and Javon Campbell also said 4 letters, 1 word, Solo, run it back. Man, people, we here in Vegas, because he wrestled at Future Stars of Wrestling, know Solo Sikoa. We know he's pretty hilarious. He's awesome, man. The yeet thing. Chef's kiss. But yeah, SummerSlam is in the books. And now we start a long road to Money in the Bank. That's not till October. I can't wait to see what's going to happen there. But hopefully Kevin Owens will be the champion in a couple of weeks. I have so much stuff here. It's just unbelievable. We had, there we go. Sorry about that. We had Stephanie Vaquer come back. Please don't do that stupid devil's kiss. Please. No more. You want to show off your incredible assets, and they are. Just something else. But she's back ready to kill Liv Morgan. Big Cass is back after destroying Javon Evans. No Enzo. You know, AEW is going to have about 1 million unbelievable tag teams. WWE has about 1.5 right now because they either let them all go or broke them up. They may have plans for Cass, but you could have spearheaded that tag team division with those two guys. I mean, they were talking about how much, they're trying to optimize profit and sales. How much merch do you think Big Cass and Enzo would have sold? So I don't know, but I'm happy to see Big Cass back. I mean, Bill's a terrific guy. Got to say hi to him at the one of the AEW scrums. So that's all right. But now through all this fallout, we get Randy and Cody because, if you remember, Randy Orton attacked Cody on night 1. They are getting nasty. I love it. Cody said to Randy, talk about killing legends. Well, there's only one left around here. It's you. So when are you getting killed? Good work. And Punk and Kevin Owens are just ripping each other apart. I love it. Love it. But we had a lot of big announcements this week, too. The road to SummerSlam ends, but a lot of other roads begin. And Coach Rosie in the chat box, buddy, you better have that extra bed ready for me because I got to make a couple trips to Arizona to see you, pal. First, Survivor Series, Saturday, November 28th, will be in Houston. So get ready for that, all you guys down in the Lone Star State. November 14th, AEW Full Gear will be in Phoenix, Arizona. So, Coach, you're good. Everybody here in Las Vegas, 4-hour drive. That'll be fun. So, Tony's returning to Phoenix after having a pretty good card down in Glendale last year. SummerSlam 2029. I'm saving one here. Will be at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. That's part of the big package that TKO set up with the city. including some UFC stuff and other WWE events. We aren't done in Arizona. State Farm Stadium will be the host of the Royal Rumble 2027 in February. The date has not been announced yet, but man, you guys got that big deal worked out with WWE before. What was that, 3 or 4 months ago? No, it wasn't even that. But Arizona all of a sudden is becoming a wrestling mecca. So that's going to be exciting. The Royal Rumble 2027 will be there. And TNA also announced they're bringing back the Lockdown pay-per-view, which is all steel cages, August 23rd in Chicago. That's why Brian Myers is going to be on the show. So that's going to be a blast. One thing I don't know about, good side, they signed a sponsorship deal with Dude Wipes. Well, they're nice to have those around, I guess. Bad side, they are apparently going to do some storyline centered around Dude Wipes. I love you. Love you guys at TNA. I really do. Ross Foreman, great guy. Please don't do a storyline around Dude Wipes. Come on, man. You're talking about things you wipe your butt with. Where does that work? I guess we'll find out, shall we? Wow. But yeah, a lot of big events going up there. Plus, we have Roman Reigns going to Mexico. He's going to be taking on the winner of that Luchador tournament. Why is Roman Reigns going to Mexico? Why did Rey Mysterio Jr. say, Roman, come on, big man. I'm sending you down south of the border. Well, it just happens AEW is running a show in Mexico City as well. So Tony Khan is getting counter-programmed again. Now, a story came out trying to explain WWE's strategy for doing counter-programming. They apparently have two main focuses of why they keep scheduling stuff on top of AEW's events. One, their plan is to eliminate major competition. Two, reduce wrestlers' leverage. And I hate to say it. And I know we're kind of hitting WWE a little bit. Unfortunately, some of this news did not go their way. There was some good news, though. I'll get to that in a little bit. But do they really think that Tony Khan is just going to say, oh, no, they keep counter programming me. By the way, you remember who the first person he asked about that was at a scrum? Yours truly. He doesn't care. I'm sure in his offices with the lights out and the doors closed, and the glowing crystals. Seriously, I don't know if he has glowing crystals. That he's not in there going, oh, but it hasn't worked out well for WWE. This is what I would love to see if you're going to do it. Put one of the big four against one of Tony's pay-per-views. Stop messing around. If you want to kick his ass, don't play around. I'm going to put the NXT on the CW for free. Stop it. Nobody's watching the CW NXT broadcast over a premium level pay-per-view of AEW. Not happening. I understand that philosophy, but you're not wiping AEW out that way, and you're certainly not going to do it, I think, period. You think Tony Khan's going to kill his company because WWE's playing bully? Mm-mm. I've met Tony. I've talked to Tony a bunch of times. Not a chance. So that was something. Roman Reigns also hit the news this week thanks to some comments by one of the most well-known media guys in the industry. What happened? I'll tell you a little bit later on. Had another debut, and there may be another Samoan on the way too. Brace yourselves. This is the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas, Odyssey app, X, Facebook, YouTube stream. Join us, please.
We're here with Chuck, founder of Dollar Loan Center. Why is it so important for Nevada customers to deal with a licensed, regulated, direct lender?
A lot of lenders may look legit, but they are not, especially online. Borrowers need to be careful to deal with lenders who are licensed and regulated by the state of Nevada, who really lend their own money and aren't just lead generators.
And Dollar Loan Center is a direct lender?
Yeah, we've been around 28 years, Nevada licensed, and I actually lend my own money. We are extremely transparent, fair, and always guarantee to beat the rate of our competition. And our customers' Bill of Rights is in writing at don'tbebroke.com, and we never charge to apply.
Founded in Las Vegas over 28 years ago, DLC lends up to $5,000 in minutes. Stop by any of our 25 nearby locations to meet our real friendly staff. You can also apply over the phone or online at don'tbebroke.com.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin, thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries, she can afford the cover-up too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
1015 FM KDON.
You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
And we return to the Mark Hoke Show. Top 10 in Las Vegas and the ratings a little while ago. That was pretty awesome. We appreciate all of you out there joining us on the show. We still have one more hour to go, so stick around, man. We got a lot to talk about. And my chat box is feisty today. I'm digging it. Let's see what some of these guys had to say. Let's pull that up. If you want to get in there, once again, get on X at Mark Hoke Show, YouTube and Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. I know there's one comment there that I want to save. Justin Summers. I like this guy. I question his choice in glasses or goggles, whatever those are. But Justin Summers, 2678. I can't say what he's going to say, all he said, but Tony Khan ain't scared of the big bad wolf. He has FU money. That is correct. See, that's what I don't understand about why they're trying to screw with Tony. Don't they realize this family owns a massive billion-dollar business? They own the Jacksonville Jaguars. They own Fulham Soccer. And I'm sure there's more assets in that portfolio. They don't care. Every time they do this, WWE hurts their event more than they sting the AEW. I do not understand. Coach Keith Morrison, hey, good to see you too, pal. You are This is nice. You are 1 billion% correct on that statement, Mark. WWE will, there's a lot of ends, never put one of the big four against AEW. No way. That'd be fun, and that would be reminiscent of the old Starrcade Survivor Series battle. Of course, Vince told everybody, hey, if you show Starrcade, you won't be showing any more WWF programming. Yeah, so kind of had him by the short hairs on that one. By the way, speaking of Vince, no, I got to save that comment. But speaking of Vince, you know the stockholder lawsuit that Vince McMahon had against him and a couple others because they felt like Vince got a sweetheart deal on the stock shares and they didn't get what they should have gotten for them when they, TKO took over the company. And there wasn't competitive bidding. Oh, Vinnie Mac got hit on that one. Once again, I'm going to give everybody a legal lesson. If WWE gets sued or anyone associated like Vince McMahon, don't get excited about, I'm going to go try it like Janelle Grant. No, Janelle Grant was so brave. Well, she settled. The stockholders settled too. But I will say this didn't go real well for Vince. Out of pocket, $42.5 million. And that's not human monies. That's real money, by the way. So Vince takes a hit on that one. But once again, I want everybody to understand this. When these big lawsuits or sexual harassment or whatever come up, generally neither side wants to go to trial. You can control that process until you're in front of 12 people or until you're in front of a judge. Then it's out of your hands. That's why Janelle Grant, with her shaky-ass lawsuit, that there was no way she could prove that she wasn't head over heels in love with Vince McMahon. But after all her blustering and all her sob stories, settled. They're doing it behind closed doors, arbitration done. Same thing here. So just remember that. If we actually get one to trial, I'll eat my words a little bit, but that's how it goes. But yeah, Vinnie Mac paying out $42.5 million. Ouch. But WWE did okay this last quarter. Guys, all that WrestleMania money. Well, we appreciate you coming out to Las Vegas. Thank you. TKO brings in $1.5447 billion for the second quarter of 2026. Man, that'll buy you a lot of little yachts for the bay up there in New England. WWE itself brought in $620.9 million of that, or up 12% from last year. I can't wait to see what the next quarter is going to be, though, with the SummerSlam fiasco. That's going to be fun. But they always find a way to make money. They always do. I mean, look, you guys out there, we can all hate the ads and the root beer cans and the general being up when Gunther's wrestling. But you have to hand it to Nick Khan and those guys. They know how to sell advertising. They know how to get every last drop of revenue they can. Got to hand it to them. Man, that's a lot. TKO $1.5 billion. I wonder whose salary they could pay for that. And no, Vince isn't coming back, by the way. Justin Summers said in chat box. Also, Vince returns one last time for ultimate heel run before death. No, that's not nice. Come on. It's not nice. We'll probably talk more about Vince McMahon and WWE down the road, but not right now. He's not coming back. But I want to thank everybody for being with us on the first hour of the Mark Hoke Show. And by God, you are blessed, Las Vegas, and around the world in the Odyssey app and the live stream, because we're going to do one more. Stick around for hour number 2 of the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN, the best of pro wrestling. Follow us on X at Mark Hoke Show, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, The Mark Hoke Show. Guys, we got another hour coming up with the best in pro wrestling. Stick around, a whole lot more from the Squared Circle coming your way.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join The Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.
If you need to sell your house,
talk to Aaron Taylor.
You want to sell it fast and get the most cash, talk to Aaron Taylor,
the real estate guy.
Hey Nevada, I'm Jacob Taylor, the real estate guy. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Growing up with Aaron Taylor taught me that nobody negotiates harder or gets seller's top dollar like the real estate guy. Need a cash advance? We can put money in your hands before closing to help with repairs, moving, bills, or whatever you need most. Don't want strangers walking through your home every weekend? No problem. We'll give you one simple number, your bottom line. No commissions, no hidden fees, no guessing. Just a straightforward offer, and in many cases, money in your hands in as little as 3 days. And if you're renting, ask me about My Buy Bank. You'll receive a $2,000 credit plus 10% of your monthly rent, all to use towards the purchase of your next home. Call 702-310-6683. That's 702-310-MOVE. eXp Realty, license number 38886. Call for details.
talk to Aaron Taylor,
The real estate guy.
I love a girls' weekend, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
You can usually find me in the kitchen, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm still in the mix with Skyrizi to treat my joint symptoms.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe at 4 months.
Or if you're an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
As a parent, I had no idea that I could choose my child's school in the Clark County School District. We switched to a 4-star school that has robotics and a chess club, and my son has never been happier.
CCSD offers choices when it comes to your child's school. You might be surprised to learn that there are open seats available across many schools in the Clark County School District, including high-performing 4- and 5-star schools. Open enrollment lets you choose the CCSD school that's right for your family, as long as they have seats available. You might even qualify for up to $1,000 to cover transportation costs.
We are so happy that we got to choose a CCSD school that works for us.
School registration is happening now for the 2026-2027 school year. Visit itsyourchoice.ccsd.net to search for CCSD schools with available seats. It's your choice. This message sponsored by the Clark County School District, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
KMXB HD3 Henderson, K268CS Las Vegas. Always live on the free Odyssey app. 1015 FM KDAWN.
Iran issues a list of demands to open the Strait. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News, insisting the Strait of Hormuz will not fully reopen until the U.S. agrees to a series of demands. Fox's Trey Inks reports from Tel Aviv.
As the Middle East waits to see if a deal can be reached to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, Iranian officials are making new demands. Iran's Supreme National Security Council over the weekend issued a fresh statement calling on the United States to permanently end the war and compensate Iran for damages before the strait would reopen. This comes as Iran's foreign minister says even if a deal is reached, it doesn't necessarily mean the strait will stay open. Conversations about the strait come as the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports remains in effect, costing the regime hundreds of millions of dollars each day. And according to U.S. Central Command, as of August 8th, CENTCOM redirected 53 commercial vessels, disabled 2 and boarded 2.
The U.S. military has also permitted more than 30 ships to pass through the blockade for humanitarian aid. Wildfires continuing to spread across eastern Washington state after burning for more than a week. The 3 massive wildfires remain less than 40% contained, destroying hundreds of homes and businesses. In Nevada, meanwhile, a separate wildfire is growing near the Reno area. So far, more than 4,000 acres have been scorched, forcing a handful of evacuations as those flames are being fueled by dry conditions and windy weather. A Florida man charged with a hate crime for allegedly throwing a brick through a synagogue window had reportedly shared a social media post from New York City's Mayor Zoran Mamdani. Police say the suspect was angered by propaganda on social media and was anti-Israel. An account under his name had reposted Mamdani, calling Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu a war criminal. America is listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
Your back-to-back Los Angeles Dodgers baseball is coming up this afternoon at 12. And the talk you love is always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartMedia, or TuneIn apps. Just search for K-Dawn in Las Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
Yeah, let's do it one more time, shall we? As if hour number 1 wasn't peppy and perky. Boy, we got some great people in the chat box today, you guys. Certainly do appreciate that. We're going to have some fun this hour. I did some good digging. Hopefully I won't get through it too fast. I've had a very long week, and I'm going to explain it very briefly at the end of the show. Not a lot of sleep, but still having a great time. We're going to bring you the best in pro wrestling, no matter what, here on the Mark Hoke Show on K-Dawn 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas, streaming on the Odyssey app. If you don't have the Odyssey app, I think you smell bad. So shower yourself in 220 plus stations in the Odyssey family from all across the U.S. Breathe deep. And I promise you, it's going to be great. Rewind feature on there and so much more. You're going to love it. So go get that Odyssey app right now, AUDACY. We are also live streaming on X, YouTube, and Facebook. X at Mark Hoke Show, YouTube, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. And you can hop in with all these crazies. Well, we got some goofballs in there today. But they're smart. Generally, I like them. So come on in. Make your comments and be part of the conversation. All right. A friend of ours of the show this week decided to start a little stink. And boy, it exploded. And was not good. Well, actually, I guess it depends on your point of view. So, Conrad Thompson, a good pal, claimed that Roman Reigns is WWE's most overrated main eventer. And I heard that. I was like, woo! Oh, a big dog coming to your house. Conrad had better start working out, because if Roman starts chasing him down, it's not going to be pretty. But he made the point. Many years, Roman was getting booed out of main events. See Royal Rumble and Rock. Do I agree with that? That he is the most overrated main eventer in history? Well, apparently Eric Bischoff did on the show. Only 3 weeks. And then Conrad was talking, saying that, and this may be a legitimate point. He called him an industry plant. And he said, I'm going to give you a hot take that's going to annoy you and probably piss you off, but here it goes. I think Roman Reigns is probably the most overrated main eventer in WWE history. I know this isn't a wrestling term, it's a music term, but Roman Reigns is what music would call an industry plant. A guy you put in there to kind of force the issue, and said, hey, look, they shoved Roman Reigns down our throats for so long. It took him forever to actually really be accepted by the fans. He's got a point. But man, the most overrated main eventer in WWE history. If you're in the chat box, give me your thought on who is the most overrated main eventer in WWE history. I don't think it's Roman. Look, Roman's incredibly talented. But sometimes it takes WWE a little while to figure out what to do with somebody. And, especially Vince at times would come in with an idea and say, this is what we're going to do. See Ringmaster, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rocky Maivia with the tassels, and so on. There were a lot of misses before they corrected course. And I think that's one thing that Vince did very well with characters, was he'd have this great idea, but it wasn't a great idea. But at least then he would adjust for the most part. So, I don't know. But I will say this in Roman's defense. He led one of the most incredible and dominant periods in WWE history with the Bloodline. Everybody was watching, man. I watched every show on time. I want to see what's going to happen. Cody Rhodes hops in, comes to WWE, and off we go. Roman, to me, is still the biggest draw. I put Roman over Cody. I just have so much respect for Roman Reigns. In the past, I will tell you that maybe 8 or 10 years ago, when we were getting more Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar all over the place. That may have been true. Conrad, I got to disagree with you on that one. You're dismissing recent history. But I love you, big guy. You're all right. We got some comments on the chat. Oh, God. Let's see what we got here. I like this one. Justin Summers, 2678 in chat box says Roman is overrated, but not as bad as CM Punk currently. So Roman can thank Punk for taking the heat. Dude, come down for the AEW Dynamite and Collision shows this week. I will buy you a burger. Summers also said, also Roman looks sick, sunken in face. I mean, he was dealing with leukemia too. That didn't help. Coach Keith Morrison. give us some behind the scenes on the subject, Mark. Conrad has been saying this for 4 years now. I remember he asked my opinion about Roman 3 years ago. That's all I got. Sorry. That's all the notes I have. Good try, though. Justin Summers also saying, overrated main eventer all time, possibly the great Khali. That's a place where my head would go, but was he really a main eventer? Like a consistent one? I mean, one of the dumbest moves to put the world championship on that guy. And put him over on The Undertaker. Oh, God. I remember when that happened. I'm just shaking my head like, oh, Hassan chop. Undertaker dead. Yeah, that didn't work out. And don't say Jinder Mahal, by the way. Don't you dare. Nobody in that chat box say Jinder Mahal. If you do, I'm banning you. I like Jinder Mahal. I thought with what he was given, the spot he was put in, of course, Jinder beat Randy Orton for the world championship after being a bottom card guy for almost all of his WWE career until about a 2-week run. But he was asked to do that because of the India tour. And I thought he made the best of it. He's a pretty smart guy, too. Another comment from Justin Summers about the bloodline story is well over now. It's like beating a dead horse. That is a quandary. I don't know what they're going to do with this. Not sure where it's going. But because I'm watching them lose. They're losing. Roman's not, but everybody else is. I'll be fascinated to see the direction of how this all comes up, but you don't suppose Roman's going to screw over the Usos again? I mean, he's got Jacob Fatu, won his respect. And by the way, all you House of Glory fans out there, shout out to JD from New York. Zilla Fatu lost the House of Glory championship. And he was to Amazing Red, and he was told good luck. Are we really going to get another Samoan in here? It's like, hey, I got a pair of socks here, white socks that are turned a little bit gray. So I'm just going to throw them out and get the new guys in here. Okay. Interesting. And yes, Justin Summers, he is Canadian. There's a lot of Canadians. And also on this topic, let me get Javon Campbell, E357. I think CM Punk's current persona is overrated compared to his hardcore straight-edge faction with the Good Brothers and Serena Deeb character. I do agree with that, too. He's still a draw, though. He's still a draw. And this is going to be fun with Kevin Owens. These guys. But I have a feeling Mr. Pipe Bomb is going to lose a lot of these promo battles. I really do. Kevin's going to have to hand him one for it to work out. Overrated of all time. I'm trying to think back. Oh, I got one. The Ultimate Warrior. Sorry. Overrated. God rest Jim's soul. But no. He turned out to be more of a problem. Let me see if we got anything else here. What? Oh, okay. I got to read the whole comment. Keith Morrison talking about tag teams. Oh, he went there. Saying WWE has one of the best tag teams in the last 10 years, and they won't use them. That's Penta and Rey Fenix. Hey, what a shock. What a shock. The WWE is not using tag teams properly. Whoa. The guys are talking about the Lucha Brothers. Big Cass, Enzo going crazy, doing their thing. Lucha Brothers on the other side. I don't know how the wrestling would go, but I'll tell you what. Outside of that, that'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, Triple H definitely has the Vince McMahon, I hate tag teams because I have to pay 2 people instead of 1 virus. Interesting. But yeah, so Conrad, I give Conrad a C- on the answer. I think that's fair. Now there was another interesting story I'm going to save that one because I want to make sure I've got plenty of time to talk about it. And don't forget, by the way, Darby Allin will be here in the KDON studios. I'm not telling you when, though, but he'll be here Tuesday. We're going to do an interview with him, and that'll be on the show next week. And I'm not going to say it that way. You must now obtain your tickets for AEW Dynamite and Collision at the Palms Theater. The Pearl Theater at the Palms, excuse me. It is an unbelievable venue to watch wrestling. Get a few thousand people in there. Hopefully, someone that started to chant the last time here in Las Vegas will not do it again, because if he does, I will pummel him. But it's going to be an awesome night. The lead up to AEW All In is getting really good. Really good. There's 6 matches already on that. And I'm sure that Tony is going to be cooking up some heat in the desert. And Collision's been really good, by the way. If you've been watching Collision, a lot of great stuff happening. AEW All In, which is on August 30th, and like I said, they've got about 40,000 tickets. Here's the card so far. Willow Nightingale, Mercedes Moné, Women's Championship, great match. I would have still preferred Tekla instead of Willow. No offense, Willow, because you're a sweetheart. But that's going to be a fun one. We got Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay for the World Championship. I don't think that match is settled yet. Cage and Cope against the Young Bucks. My prediction, more tag teams will be in that match. As we were ready for Kofi and Mr. Creed to show up. FTR's around. Motor City Machine Guns. You got, I'll say it again. I said it last week, I'll say it again. You've got that ladder match. You do not wait. You never know what's going to happen to somebody. Do it, Tony. Book it. Andrade El Idolo will be in the Casino Gauntlet match. Of course, he just won the national championship from Mark Davis. So we get a Casino Gauntlet match where all hell breaks loose. It's awesome. Continental Cup final for the AEW Continental Championship. And I'm going to give some props to Mr. Khan again. Good bracket. Lots of fun. 16 participants. First 3 matches took place this week. Claudio Castagnoli beat Ace Austin. Eddie Kingston showed up, beat Jake Doyle. Orange Cassidy beats Matt Sydal. Here's the rest of them. We get Jungle Jack Perry against the man who's trying to hold on to a Continental Championship, John Moxley. They gave us Jay White and David Finlay in a round of 16 match. That's pretty amazing. Brian Cage. Let Cage win this tournament. Nobody better than Cage. As he gets Hesachero. Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. I bet when they were sitting around the AEW campfire and Tony was sitting there roasting a s'more, Kyle was, having a shot at Jack Daniels or something. Roderick Strong's eating a tuna sandwich and breaking a deer's back. Maybe Kyle farted or something and offended his teammate Roderick Strong. Because there's no way that they should have been fighting in a round of 16 match. But it's intriguing. That's going to be fun. Katsuyori Shibata takes on Nigel McGuinness. Okay, I take it back. There's no way to get Cage and McGuinness in the final. But I love Nigel. I've gotten to see his magic shows, and he's just awesome. What a great tournament. What a great tournament. So the finals of that will be taking place at All In. Divine Dominion, Lena Cross, and Megan Bain have just been killing people. But the team that they've been building up for the challenge, and of course they are from Europe, British, the Brawling Birds, Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter will be taking them on. That has a show stealing potential. I'm gonna put a little asterisk next to that one. I think that one's gonna be fun. Because I love Jamie Hayter. I mean, she is, got derailed by injuries a while back, but she is fantastic. Alec Windsor, solid too. But Megan Bain, Lena Cross, wow. So, got to Got to give Tony credit for building this one up. That's going to be a fun match. And we're only 6 matches into that card. So hang on tight as we get ready for Wembley. That's going to be something else. And real quick, let me see any other big AEW news. We had the Full Gear. And Darby Allin's going to be, that's not up yet. Darby Allin is going to be wrestling Kevin Knight for the TNT Championship there too. So I'm going to ask him about that. Guys, what should I hit Darby with? Or should I let Darby hit me when he's here? Our studio got ransacked, so I got to rearrange everything, but it'll be fun. And by the way, also announcement on the AEW card, there will be a dark match. I am going to be wrestling John Silver in a neither of us can jump into a dumpster match. So brace yourself. That's worth buying a ticket right there. Johnny Hungy's awesome. I'm taller than Johnny Hungy. And I have the picture to prove it. All right, let's step back, take a break. When we come back, something very interesting just got announced today in an interview. For you guys that wrestle out there, what's the right way to do a promo? We assume, but someone from WWE decided to kind of spill their thoughts. Pretty cool. Stick around. A whole lot to go on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM Talk of Las Vegas. We'll be right back.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZY.
Drew McIntyre here from WWE. Wielding the Claymore can be a life of chaos. When I'm not dominating in the ring, Chumba Casino is how this warrior takes a wee break. With hundreds of online social games and new weekly releases, there's always something fresh to try. And those daily boosts, next level. Even my free time feels like Valhalla. So when life feels like a battle, kick up your feet, have some fun, and let's chumba.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in the state where it's legal to play.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
Las Vegas. Are you ready? Join us for Frenzy Fest, a free all-ages music festival celebrating the best local original music our city has to offer. Experience 20 local bands, 3 stages, and 20-minute non-stop sets, all in one unforgettable night at Palms Casino Resort on Monday, August 24th. Doors at 6. Admission is free, and while tickets cost nothing, donations will be accepted to help support Positively Arts, empowering the next generation of young artists right here in Las Vegas. Come discover your new favorite band, support local music, and be a part of something bigger. Join us for Frenzy Fest, a free all-ages music festival, August 24th. See you there.
This message is made possible by Bayer Entertainment in support of Positively Arts and aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
101.5 FM KDAWN.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM. The Talk of Las Vegas. And we're going through some major changes at our station, so keep checking us out. A lot of cool stuff coming. Wanted to take a second and recognize the passing on Tuesday of one of the best to ever do it. Dory Funk Jr., of course, the brother of Terry Funk, from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas. The former NWA World Heavyweight Champion and just an absolute innovator, wrestled all over the world. He was the WWC Universal Heavyweight Champion, won the CWA title, was a WWE Hall of Fame inductee in 2009. Did some awesome work in Japan, by the way. If you haven't seen the Funks in Japan, you need to get on the YouTube machine. Or second longest reign of all time for the NWA. That, and when you think about how many incredible champions the NWA had, and that Dory Funk Jr. had the second longest reign, just behind Lou Thez. That reign was 1,563 days. Thez's long reign was 1,941. But just, and if you ever followed him on X up to his passing, just a great, seems like a terrific guy. I wish I had gotten to talk to him. But all the best, my friend. You can ride off into the sunset now. I see the chat box is firing about Jade Cargill, so I'm going to bounce over there a little bit. And Javon Campbell, 8357, normally I think he's completely full of it. No, I don't. He's a cool guy. But he has a comment in the chat box that I was going to say, because Jade had a match where she had a trifecta of boo-boos, and that had to set her back in the eyes of the fans again. Just when she seemed like, she got through that match with Rhea Ripley, things were going okay, but now we have this disaster. And Javon Campbell took my point, and I'm going to give him the credit, even though I did think of it this morning. WWE Creative needs to use Jade Cargill like the Ultimate Warrior. Give her a limited moveset and short matches. She had another botch fest with Flair because she forgot spots again. I agree. As incredibly athletic as Jade Cargill is, and she's not a dumb person or anything like that. Just these things keep popping up. And there's a bigger question to that too. But I agree with the philosophy. Limit her moveset. I know everybody wants to get their spots in, right? But you got to make Jade look good too. You don't want to keep having this stuff happen. And I got to imagine that the brass over at WWE is kind of looking at Jade and saying, boy, did we make a mistake? Just lightly right now. But you have to remember AEW, Tony used her very wisely. Once again, kept the moveset small, beat the crap out of people, got out of the ring. It's like Goldberg. I mean, Goldberg's not exactly the all-time most technical wrestler. But you do have to wonder if they're going to lose their cool. Because, I was surprised when Jade came in that Trips walked her out and, the red carpet was rolled out for Jade Cargill. But she's raw. She needed a little fine-tuning. And she didn't go in NXT. Why did people like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn end up being in NXT? But you didn't put Jade Cargill down there where you could give her a chance to blossom a little bit? Learn? That doesn't make sense. But you may have shot her up the ladder too quick. I wonder if Tony would take her back if WWE let her go. That'd be interesting. But I don't think they're gonna. But she'll get buried here soon if this doesn't stop. Another comment in there, Justin Summers, 2678 says, yeah, Cargill definitely needs to be dumbed down. I don't know if we use the term dumbed down. Simplified might be better. Botch fest after botch fest. So, yeah, it's a tough spot. There was a lot of weird stuff that was going on in WWE TV too. But I want to get to this other topic. So NXT head writer Johnny Russo. Boy, that's scary hearing Russo in a writing room again. Yeah, obviously not Vince. Was asked what is important in a promo? And, some of this kind of sounds like common sense, but apparently it's not. The priority is sounding like a real person more than delivering an overly rehearsed promo. And I hate when they do that. We all know that Vince made it, and the writing team wrote out everybody's promos in WWE. Hated it. That may be part of the problem right now. You've got to let these people show their personality, show their heart, and be who they are as opposed to being what's on an index card. And I think it's causing problems. So that's pretty important. Bear with me here. Don't talk in phrases. Use complete sentences. Yeah, because when you're talking with a fragmented sentence, you sound like a goofball. I believe, and I know. No, come on. Just talk. Be natural. Don't ask questions no one is answering. I thought that was great. You ask a question, no one's going to reply because you're doing a promo. No one else is there. Now, if you're having a conversation back and forth, that's one thing. But the guy might not even answer anyway. So that makes sense. Don't be generic and say the same old stuff like, I want to be the best. Tell your story. And God, I wish WWE would let these guys do that more. I really do. Maybe sometimes AEW goes a little too far. But these fundamentals make sense. They really do. And that's kind of neat that, Russo was able to open up a little bit and talk about that. So there's your lessons, all you indie guys out there. They're trying to put your promos together, or, if you're hanging around your mirror like MJF did and doing videotapes. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Let me, Island Pro Wrestling had a comment on that. It's a great topic. Yeah, I just saw that today. It came over X. On the indie scene here, we see the promos coming in all the time. It's insert name here, and I'm going to be at insert town venue here, and I'm going to face insert opponent here. Yeah, man. As a fan, but someone who also does entertainment, be you, man. Let it go. Let it go. You have to be different. I remember one time I had a great opportunity to sit and watch an episode of Monday Night Raw with Jimmy Hart at his bar down in Daytona Beach. And the one thing he said, because I can't remember who I was picking on, but he said, be different. That guy, that person coming out there is different than everybody else. That gives him an edge. And the biggest difference that you have is being yourself. There's only one of you. Justin Summers, you got some comments about this too. And and I agree. Like Justin's saying, a lot of wrestlers need to be told what to do. Island Pro Wrestling, the talent needs direction, even if it's just simple. Oh, of course. That's part of the job of running a promotion or being a trainer. You got to help these guys out. I mean, if I went into the ring, I'd probably be able to handle it a little bit better if I had to actually cut a real promo and not do the thing that I did kicking the hell out of the Grinch a couple years ago in FSW. It's scary to a point to open up to yourself like that. Doing radio is just like that. I mean, I'm talking to potentially 3 million people. I try not to think about that sometimes, but it's kind of cool. But you have to get people to tune in and stay listening, or build a match that you're going to be participating in. Man, just open your heart. That's what I'd tell everybody, open your heart. But yeah, that was something. Some other things that happened in WWE. Shinsuke Nakamura's back. And apparently he's bringing friends. That's what he said. Unless they screwed up the translation and he was ordering a ham sandwich. Good. Can I see Shinsuke Nakamura get back to the ass-kicking son of a gun before WWE neutered him and turned him into a loser? I don't know when his contract's up. Get him to AEW, unless they do something cool. But Shinsuke's back. I don't know who he's bringing. Maybe he'll team up with the Tongan boys. That'd be all right. We had an Oba Femi Braun Breaker stare down on Raw. The ruler had to deal with the guy who thought he was going to be the superstar of the future. Hold that match. There's no reason to rush it. Wait till after Oba wins the title. Or maybe, God forbid, you repackage the Steiner and let the Steiner be the world champion. That'd be all right. No rush. Give it time. Johnny Gargano reached his 6-month anniversary of doing his lying down and planking. What the hell are you doing, Johnny Gargano? Come on. I love Johnny. I love him. Unreal. When does he get up? Tell me in chat box how long you think it's going to be before he actually stands, like for real, and actually wrestles a match. NXT stuff going on. Tatum Paxley made her debut on SmackDown, continuing to load up the women's side of WWE's main rosters. Lola Vice apparently has said goodbye to NXT, and she gave Kendall Gray from right here in Las Vegas, the NXT Women's Champion, a little extra present by accidentally bouncing her ear off some steel ring steps and busting her ear open. Fortunately, for those of us that were amateur wrestlers like Kendall was, and of course, way better than me, we're used to it. It's cauliflower ear, man. Happens. Miles Bourne is now a double champion in NXT, by the way, as he and Tavion Heights beat Swipe Right to win the titles. Congratulations to him. And, man, one of the guys, I got to see him in LFG, and I love this guy, Shiloh Hill. Derailed for now. Facial fracture. Why is everybody beating up everybody's faces in WWE right now? But that really sucks. But we want to wish him all the best as he tries to recover as soon as possible from that. And Bianca Belair and Montez Ford, congratulations. The baby's here. Oh, we got to get Bianca back in the ring. Romeo Leonardo, Alan Crawford arrived. That was announced on Tuesday, so congratulations to those two. Just do me a favor, Montez, just take it easy for a while. We'd like to get Bianca in the ring before you decide to go for number 2. Okay? Give us that. We miss Bianca very much. But yeah, that's awesome. And and it's so hard for the women to have to deal with a pregnancy when you're a pro wrestler because, man, you can't work. Fortunately, I think WWE is taking care of anybody. Where's Naomi, by the way? Get her butt back in the ring. I'm missing her. Yeah, she and Jimmy got to pop that kid out. All right, let's take our final break. And when we return, got a lot more news and notes coming at you as we get ready for an AEW invasion of Las Vegas. Get your tickets now. AEWTix.com so we can see you at the Palms Theater, or the Pearl Theater at the Palms. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
When you're planning your next job, options matter. Now in stock at Lowe's. Get the roofing brands you trust, including GAF, Owens Corning, and CertainTeed, with more colors to choose from. Plus, concrete fence blocks, including tan color, are in stock and ready to go. And when you're on the clock, we help keep you on schedule. Order by 4 p.m. and get next day job site delivery on select items as early as 6:30 a.m. At Lowe's, we have your back on the job. Delivery Monday through Saturday in select Las Vegas zip codes, subject to availability.
As a parent, I had no idea that I could choose my child's school in the Clark County School District. We switched to a 4-star school that has robotics and a chess club, and my son has never been happier.
CCSD offers choices when it comes to your child's school. You might be surprised to learn that there are open seats available across many schools in the Clark County School District, including high-performing 4- and 5-star schools. Open enrollment lets you choose the CCSD school that's right for your family, as long as they have seats available. You might even qualify for up to $1,000 to cover transportation costs.
We are so happy that we got to choose a CCSD school that works for us.
School registration is happening now for the 2026-2027 school year. Visit itsyourchoice.ccsd.net to search for CCSD schools with available seats. It's your choice. This message sponsored by the Clark County School District, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
101.5 FM, KDON.
You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
All right, let's do this one more time. And once again, don't forget, get your tickets. Collision, Dynamite, Pearl Theater, Palms. Get those cool balcony seats. They're neat. Just an awesome venue. And I love the Palms. Great place to go. Someone in the chat box is making me smile. And I appreciate when someone kisses my buttocks just a little bit. No. This is a sincere, nice thing to say. Island Pro Wrestling said, Mark, you got a great show here. Thanks for doing this. And as a you're welcome, I will give you a little quick plug. Island Pro Wrestling out of Prince Edward Island, Canada, founded in 2022. Got some. The AI says high impact events across the Maritimes. That's pretty good. They have a card coming up on September 5th, 2026. IPW All Eyes on Us at Credit Union Place in Summerside, PEI. Pay me some human monies, and Island Pro Wrestling, I will come up and do a show. That'd be fun. I haven't been to Prince Edward Island, so that'd be a nice trip for me. So there you go. Check it out. Island Pro Wrestling. Chatbox was asking about Ric Flair, by the way. I don't know if you saw what was going on with Rick. He went off in kind of a weird rant and said he revealed he's dealing with health issues after a rant over what appears to be a trademark squabble with his son, David. Family fights suck. I mean, just no fun whatsoever. There's more details about it, but, saying that the family name was misused. But, man, he's 77 years old. I mean, and he said in a tweet, if you understood the health issues that I deal with and I'm currently dealing with, you would understand why I get frustrated in life with a lot of people. I'm sorry for the frustration. I am taking time to focus on my health. Rick, I said this about Ric Flair when he was 55 and he couldn't walk away after the Shawn Michaels retirement match. My friend, you're an awesome guy, an icon in this industry, and a cultural phenomenon. Step it back, man. Just relax. This is not worth it. And neither is running around like crazy. Rick just can't let go of being Ric Flair. And he needs to at some point. Do your appearances, everything, I get it. But, man, slow down a little and enjoy your life. But, yeah, Justin Summers, let's see, was asking about that. So, there you go. See, you bring something up. Fortunately, I have it in my notes because I do a good prep. And we answer your question. Other guys in the chat box. Let me see, because we got a bunch of that. Yeah, Javon Campbell, 8357, likes my match with Johnny Hungy. Somebody tweet him. Somebody tweet him that I want to wrestle him this week. Says Double H, which he has been calling, Javon has been calling me because of my challenges to Danhausen, versus Johnny is going to be a shoot, brother. I got to tell you something. I would be running for my life, and Johnny would catch me. And he would throw me about 70,000 feet in the air. He is a monster. Let's see. Talk about Jack Vaughn. He does some great videos, by the way. I'm Pro Wrestling said shout out to Jack Vaughn, who just picked up tag titles at NWA. He's a funny guy. I like him. Let's see what else we've got flying around in this box. Let me get down to the bottom here. You guys have been doing a great job. This is some of the best chat we've had. Javon Campbell says Johnny Wrestling is going to come back and to wrestle Tamina. She's still on the payroll. And by the way, hi to @Ribshot, new guy in there in the chat box enjoying the show. Thanks to everybody that's tuned in today. Just making this show very, very easy for me. I want to say that I do not ever want to hear that nobody cares about Adam Copeland anymore, of course, formerly known as Edge. Did you see his entrance in Mexico this week? They don't speak English. I mean, they do. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not their primary language. They were singing his song and blowing that arena up when he came out. I don't know why people pick on Adam so much. He can still go, and everybody loves the guy. You know, he's fantastic. Man, he's just got to beat up Cage a little bit. But, man, I just love that tag team, and I think it's awesome they're getting a run on top. That's really terrific. Guess who's pulling double duty on TV shows right now? Baron Corbin. Of course, he just won the U.S. title at SummerSlam. But he is still on MLW TV as Bishop Dyer. And he and Dijak on the next show are going to be defending the tag titles against the Good Brothers. That's like Rick Rude times 3, I think. I think this is the third show that he's going to be on MLW while he's in WWE. Tom Pestock, I bow to you, my friend. And don't hit me. He's a martial arts expert. But yeah, congratulations, Tom. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, we're up there. Oh, I forgot about this one. Another son of Scott Steiner. Brock Rex Steiner. A member of the New Orleans Saints of the National Football League. Now, the headline that everybody wrote on this, I was like, could we make it any more obvious? Because apparently WWE wants him when he's done with the NFL and says it's a 99.9% chance. Well, duh. Are you seriously thinking that? Oh, no. Not this Steiner. No, it's actually about a 42% chance. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's get with the program on them. But the interesting thing that he's dealing with right now, it could be sooner than later. He got suspended for 6 games. Did you guys see that? I mean, I don't know where he is in the pecking order on the depth charts. But the other thing is they didn't reveal why he got suspended. I can't remember the last time that I saw a suspension given out to an NFL player and they did not say why. What do you think? I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is performance-enhancing drugs. And I'm not, and don't get me wrong, I'm not accusing him of doing anything. Maybe he just wrote a nasty letter to the commissioner and, took some pictures of his daughter. I don't know. But it is interesting that the NFL did not put out a statement on why he was suspended. But I hope he has a long NFL career. There's no hurry to get to pro wrestling. But that's something. So we'll see what turns out to be going on with Brock Rechsteiner on this one. Oh man, boy, what a week it's been in pro wrestling. And I got to take a little personal time here because for those that don't know, I am a single father, and I watched my ex-wife walk away with a guy in the Air Force and went to Germany. And I've been raising my daughter pretty much alone for most of her life. She's 17 3/4 now. But unfortunately, her mother and that guy came back to the United States. They're in Dayton, Ohio. And she decided to take me to court to have my daughter go to Ohio. And Amanda is an awesome kid. And, it's been tough on her, and she wanted to go spend some time with her mom. And I lost the custodial privileges of having my daughter with me for what's going to be your senior year of high school. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at her at all. I understand. And I want to take a second to all the people in Las Vegas and around the world to hear me to say that I'm proud of her. I love her. And I hope whatever she needs to resolve gets taken care of. She's always going to have a home. And you guys around K-Dawn that have been in the building, and so you've seen her. She's been here all the time. Just awesome, awesome girl. So I want to publicly wish her all the best. And that the door is always going to be open. So thank you, Amanda, for giving me 17 3/4 years of fantastic time. See you at Thanksgiving, kiddo. Love you. But I wanted to get that out of the way. So thanks, guys, for giving me that moment. But man, I got to tell you, I'm really excited about some stuff to come with the show. We've got some neat things happening with K-Dawn 101.5 FM, and we are looking at doing something very, very cool. Very cool. So hopefully, I'm hoping it's going to be settled next week. We're going to be, I'm going to be celebrating a little bit. We'll find out. Justin, thank you for the shout out to my daughter. Justin Summers in 2670 in the chat box also said, Edge to MLP. Maple Leaf Pro. Why does everybody got to go to Canada? But yeah, Maple Leaf Pro, Scott D'Amore is doing an amazing job up there. Isn't he, guys? Just incredible what he's been putting together. And that promotion, selling out every week, bringing some big names in. I got to tell you, I think TNA is going to regret letting him out of there. I was actually there the last night, last TNA show that he was a part of before he was let go. Where we had Ospreay and Okada at the Palms Theater. And Scott D'Amore was so excited how the show went. The building was packed. Came out and just TNA forever. And then, whoops. But Scott's a good dude, too. And, knows his wrestling inside and out. So, yeah, man, the Canadian wrestling scene, pretty good. Pretty good. Seeing where we're at. And it looks like, sorry, everybody, I'm fighting a sore throat. But it looks like that's going to be about it for us today on the Mark Hoke Show. My God. Somebody shoved a maple leaf down my throat. I apologize, everybody. I want to thank everybody for joining us, whether you're listening to us on KDON 101.5 FM, the Odyssey app, or in that live stream. You guys did a great job today. Do this next week. It really means a lot, and it helps the show move along too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens as we get ready for the road to All In. The soon-to-be coronation of Kevin Owens as your undisputed champion, as he will break CM Punk in half and send him curled into a ball into AJ Lee's arms. And by the way, also want to wish the best to Brie Bella. Broke her scapula at SummerSlam. Oh, that sucks. I don't know how you break that thing, but she's going to be out 3 to 6 months. So we want to give her a shout out as well. Guys, great show today. We will see you next week on The Mark Hoke Show. Follow us on X at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook, YouTube, The Mark Hoke Show, also TikTok and Instagram. And just, say hi all the time, man. And get me up to Canada. I'm coming. You guys have a great day, and thank you, Las Vegas. Have a good one. Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show, and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join The Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.